was tall, or sorry, you'd look up to your dad and you're like, oh, I'm idolizing my dad. Do you see how crazy that sounds? That's like basically the argument I could make for women who want tall men. Women who want tall men are incestuous because they're trying to relive their childhood by finding a father figure.
Well, I mean, like, naturally, like, we are. I mean, if you, like, a little boy's first crush is his mom, like, naturally I'm not saying, like, I think my dad's attractive in that sense, but I'm saying, like, I hear that a lot, that little boys first, like, when they think of a woman, they look for their mom. That is something I've heard so many times.
But it would be, a woman wanting a tall guy would be me saying, you're incestuous and predatory for seeking out tall men to satisfy your perverse, incestuous fantasy. Mm-hmm. Why can't women just want tall guys? Why can't men want women who are not promiscuous or who have a low body count? The big thing was apparently men who want women who shave their legs and their armpits or their pubic hair. Like, that is somehow like P word. Like, that's crazy. Well, it could just be a grooming thing. It could
obviously they could just be like a hygienic thing. Like, you want someone to be pretty.
Sorry, I'm about to bite this fucking mic right now.
Why?
I'm really angsty.
Because of the conversation?
No, I'm just so bored right now, and I want
to. Then engage in the conversation. I mean,
No, it's just like 11. I'm like, been in this room for 5 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. Just wondering how long this is gonna go.
Well, I'm trying to wrap up here. We're gonna get through the super chats, but. Okay. You good to hang tight for 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes? Okay. Did you want to continue?
No, I was just saying, like, I don't really have a problem with guys saying preferences. That's not really an issue.
Okay. But you guys earlier on said a guy who wants a woman who shaves her body hair is like P word.
When I'm saying when a guy wants a woman, when not just like their body hairs, like obviously like your genitals are kind of different, but like when it comes to like you wanting a girl who's completely hairless, it's like a weird, like that's like a weird thing. Like we're like naturally, like if we go back to what you were saying when you're like, men are like biologically or prehistorically like wanting that, like we're back then we had way more hair than we do now. So like why now do you want a girl who's completely like no hair? Then you have to think back at it. When do you see people who have no hair? Kids are the ones who have like no body hair.
I mean, that's a reach.
It's not really a reach. There's lots of research done on that about how that's a very
there are plenty of practical reasons for why men want women who like don't have leg hair, don't have armpit hair,
well, that's
don't like shave down their
I'm talking about guys
for
who,
comfort
like,
reasons,
say,
for hygienic reasons.
They don't want girls with arm hair, or like they don't want girls with like a hair on their spot of the body, and that happens. Like there's guys out there who want that,
and there's women that don't like guys with back hair.
I think what he's saying is that most guys with a good head on their shoulders, they're not going to be out in public and see a kid or a child and be like, I want my girl to look like that. Like no guy is thinking that. It's just their personal preference for hygiene. But I see where you're coming from, but I also know what he's saying, where it's like no guy in their right mind is going to see a kid and be like, that's my ideal girlfriend. Like,
well, yeah, obviously not. I think it's a very subconscious like thing that you don't even realize you're doing. That's why I feel
no, it's not subconsciously P word for men
like
who want women.
Like some men, like you, it's been kind of like engraved into our society. Like, it's not like something that you're like, oh, I know I'm searching for someone who looks like a child, but it's like what the standards have built or like what is wanted. A lot of times it can be like childlike features. You know, like little dainty things, little girly things that like, it's like, then that's kind of like near childlike things. It's a little interesting.
Like the schoolgirl trope.
Like there's like certain like little things that do have to go down with like pedophilia.
Bro, it's so ridiculous to say that men who prefer their women who groom themselves, who don't have who shave their leg hair. They're like, that's so just absurd.
Obviously, it's not like all men are like thinking like that. I'm just saying there's certain things that you don't even realize that lead back to that.
No, it's not even a subconscious thing. It's not subconscious for a guy to prefer a woman who grooms herself and shaves her legs. Like I don't.
Well,
it's
like
kind of like a girl saying that she's into a guy who's super skinny and looks like he's on his deathbed is like saying she's into like fucking dead people. Like that's like along the lines of you guys trying to say that like no, this is like along if you're saying that a guy who's into girls with no body hair, like nothing, it's the P word. I'm not gonna say the
I'm
word,
not saying
I
that's like
guess.
outlandish straight pedophilia. I'm just saying like when there's certain little things that we have been okay with that you can look back at and be like, where did we get that whole idea of that's attractive, that's what we want? Where does that stem from? Where does
It's
that
always
start?
been the media. It's been
yes,
the media.
and the media has pushed this like underage type thing being very sexualized and being like,
What? I don't. I'm. What?
No, I'm saying like models, like modeling things on the internet or like.
Hold on. I just got interrupted. Okay, so you think that men who want women who shave their legs or their pubic area or their underarms is a either subconscious
I
or
think
conscious
you're really
pedophilic?
like stuck on the whole shaving their hair thing because I don't think it's like, I'm just saying that that's one thing that goes along with many other things that adds to the fact that there is like underlining pedophilia within like what people romanticize. I'm not saying like you are a pedophile, you are going to go look for a child. I'm saying when you look back at it, like when it's underlining, it's not something that you obviously know you're doing. You don't.
I want to just open it up to some of the other girls on the panel. So you were shaking your head in agreement that there's undertones of pedophilia if a guy prefers women who shave.
No, I was on to her. I think that's an aspect of it, but you're stuck on just that. There's a
Can you tilt your mic down towards you like that?
There's a whole other examples she's brought up. That's just part of it, of men who want women to be hairless, not just their genitals and their legs, but like completely hairless like a doll, or like have like these childlike pout features and like big eyes that look up, like the doe eye look. That is like a childlike look.
Okay, but we're talking about hair. You're bringing in these other factors.
Well,
into
because
it.
you're just thinking about the hair. That was one example
that
she gave.
That was precisely what we were talking about. So to you, I would ask, do you think it's wrong for a guy to want a girl who shaves or who doesn't have hair on her legs or
but you're
like
not
shaves
really
her
like,
legs?
I don't know why
You're getting stuck
sticking
on just this one aspect she was talking about. That's not the only thing we're saying.
I'm not
You're
saying
spinning
that's
it to
wrong.
make it to
Okay,
say
so
look
then,
like that's
then
what we're saying.
let's make that the confines. Make that the confines of the conversation, because I do want to like try to arrive. We can have conversations about those other things, time permitting, but I'll try to avoid that. Specifically, I'm asking specifically, when it comes to body hair, a man who prefers a woman with less body hair, say armpits, pubic area, legs, maybe he prefers a woman who shaves. Are you asserting that men who have that preference are in some way, are you pathologizing it to the point where it's pedophilic?
I'm not saying that one thing makes you a pedophile.
But okay, I'm narrowing the conversation to just
But
that
it's
one
a
thing
whole,
because
it's a whole. All of these
But,
preferences
okay,
go into that
stay-
one thing.
Stay on course. I'm talking about the hair thing specifically. We can go all over the place here. I'm speaking about one thing. And just answer the question. Why don't you want to answer
Wait,
the
what
question?
was the question?
Okay, if a guy wants a girl who doesn't shave her legs, if a guy wants a girl who shaves her legs, shaves her pubic area, armpits, do you think that there are pedophilic undertones?
No, because what I was saying is I don't think that's wrong. I was saying I
But
think it's wrong when a guy wants a completely hairless girl, where it's like no hair on their arms.
We're shifting the goalposts here.
No,
We're
I
shifting the
Most
goalposts.
girls, like for example, me. I don't know if this is TMI to put out there. I shave everything, and that's my personal hygienic preference. And then if I find a guy who likes that of me, I feel like, I mean, I did it for
But do you think it's unhygienic that men don't shave?
I mean, I think it's all up to their preference. I would prefer that a guy shaved and kept up with
Shaves
himself.
his legs and armpits and everything?
There are plenty of women that like are turned off by guys with like back hair. Like women have hair preferences too.
But this like overarching thing that's pushed onto women of you need to shave your legs, armpits, and genitals.
Men shave down there too, but go ahead.
They don't shave everything. There's like,
Sure, it's different.
I mean, again, what we were saying is not that if a guy likes that you shave your legs, he's a pedophile. We're saying it's part of an entirely overarching, underlying view of women as like wanting something that's young and supple and virgin.
That doesn't make you a pedophile for wanting a woman who is young and who's a virgin. That does not make you a pedo. That's patently absurd.
It's
So, okay, yeah, sure. You want a girl who's young and who's like a virgin. That it doesn't make you a pedophile. But I'm saying when you put all the other things that go with that, with what they want, it kind of does. When you put everything else into the circle.
No, it doesn't. This is absurd.
I mean, I don't know why you find that so hard to believe. There's so many pedophiles.
I mean, how long has it been that like 14-year-old girls, I mean, a long time ago, 14-year-old girls were getting married off to like 30-year-old men. And now you would say that's pedophilia.
Yes, I would.
So it's not.
But we're not talking about that.
Well,
that is okay. A 30-year-old marrying a 14-year-old in the United States, that is broadly frowned upon by both men and women.
Mm-hmm.
That is socially unacceptable. That is frowned upon in society. I don't know why we're talking about that. That's wholly irrelevant to the conversation. I'm trying to get an answer out of you guys of if you think a guy, you kind of want to keep shifting the goalposts. I just want to get to the crux of it.
I answered it. I said, no, I don't think that's wrong. I said if a guy
But
just
then why
wants-
are we trying to like
Because-
lump it in with, well, it could be a factor with other things.
Because I brought up a whole different thing. Like I brought up the whole part about being completely hairless, not about wanting hygienic like shaves.
Okay, so you think it's a component to it. Do you shave your legs?
Yes.
Do you shave your armpits?
Yes.
Do you shave your legs?
Mm-hmm.
Do you shave your armpits?
I go through times,
Okay.
yes.
What about you? Okay, I don't know if you agree with them. You've been kind of staying out of it. So if you believe what you believe, then you are, by doing the actions you're taking, you are indulging men in their supposed pedophilic
No, I'm
fantasies.
not, because I'm not shaving my arms and shaving my stomach and my back, trying to like feed into those men. I'm shaving what I think would be better for me to like smell better and look better.
All right, let's get this next super chat. Go ahead, Sam. Did we do this one?
Yeah. Yep.
Go ahead.
Ladies, men are worried that a woman who has had many partners is broken. They will